Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about one of the most powerful decisions you will ever make in your life. The decision to act, the decision to move, the decision to step out of the shadows of fear and into the light of purpose. That decision is wrapped up in 3 simple words. It's now or never. You were not placed on this earth to simply exist. You were designed with intention, created for a purpose, and gifted with potential that is waiting to be unlocked. But here's the truth. Potential means nothing if it is never activated. Purpose is meaningless if it is never pursued. You cannot afford to sit back and wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment does not exist. The only moment you have is now. Procrastination is the greatest thief of destiny. How many dreams have died in the graveyard of hesitation? How many visions have been buried under the weight of fear? You keep saying, one day I will start that business. One day I will write that book. One day I will pursue my calling. But my question to you is, when will your one day become today? Life is not a rehearsal. You do not get a second chance at this journey. Every second you waste is a second you will never get back. Every opportunity you ignore is an opportunity that may never come again. So why are you waiting? What are you afraid of? The longer you delay, the more you rob yourself of the impact you were meant to have. History is written by those who dare to act. The world remembers those who refuse to let excuses define them. You are not a mistake. You are not a coincidence. You are a solution to a problem in this generation. But solutions don't sit still. They move, they work, they create, they build. And that is what you must do. There will never be a right time. There will never be a moment when everything is perfectly aligned. Faith requires that you move even when you don't have all the answers. Courage is stepping forward even when you feel fear knocking at your door. Success is not for those who wait. It is for those who work. So today I challenge you. Step out, take the risk, make the call, write the plan, start the business, chase the vision. The graveyard is filled with untapped potential, unwritten books, unsung songs, and unfulfilled dreams. Don't let your name be added to that list. This is your moment. Your time is now. Not tomorrow, not next year, not when you feel ready. It's now or never. Time is the most valuable resource we have, yet it is often the most wasted. Every second that passes is a moment you will never get back. Too many people live their lives waiting for the right time, believing that one day circumstances will be perfect for them to act. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. The only time you truly have is now. The greatest tragedy in life is not death. It is a life that was never fully lived. How many dreams have died because people kept postponing them? How many businesses were never started, books were never written, and ideas were never pursued because someone was waiting for everything to fall into place? The problem with waiting is that time does not wait for you. Life moves forward, with or without you. While you sit and contemplate whether or not you should take that step, someone else with less talent but more courage is already walking in the direction of their destiny. The power of now is understanding that every great achievement begins with a single decision to act. It is realizing that success does not come from wishing, hoping, or dreaming. It comes from doing. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent, intelligence, or resources. It is action. Some of the most successful people in the world started with nothing but a vision and a willingness to take the first step. They did not wait for the stars to align. They moved forward despite uncertainty. Fear is one of the biggest enemies of progress. It convinces you that you need more time, more preparation, or more certainty before you begin. But fear will always find a reason to keep you from stepping forward. If you allow it, fear will steal your destiny one hesitation at a time. Those who embrace the power of now understand that fear is natural, but it must never be in control. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward in spite of it. Procrastination is another silent killer of dreams. It disguises itself as wisdom, making you believe that delaying your action is the smart thing to do. It tells you that you will start when you have more money, when you feel more confident, when the economy improves, or when you have more support. But the reality is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. Every day you postpone is a day you could have used to grow, learn, and move closer to your purpose. Those who live with urgency understand that opportunities do not last forever. What is available today may not be available tomorrow. The doors that are open now may be closed later. The connections you have today may not be there in the future. If you don't act now, you may miss a moment that could change your life forever. The power of now also means taking responsibility for your life. Too often people blame their circumstances, their past, or other people for their lack of progress. But no one is responsible for your destiny except you. Life will not hand you success. You must go after it with determination and discipline. You cannot afford to sit back and hope that something will change. If you want something different, you must do something different. Happy when you make the decision. There will never be a time when everything is perfectly in place. There will always be obstacles, challenges, and reasons to wait. But those who succeed understand that now is all they have. They do not waste time dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. They take action in the present. Because in the end, the only thing that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't is the decision to act. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that hold people back from reaching their full potential. It is a silent thief of dreams, a barrier to success, and an enemy of progress. Fear manifests in different ways. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of criticism, or even fear of success. It whispers in the mind, planting doubt and hesitation, convincing people that they are not ready, not good enough, or not capable. But fear is nothing more than a mental prison, a self-imposed limitation that keeps people from stepping into the greatness they were created for. Excuses are the tools that fear uses to keep people stuck. They sound logical, they seem justifiable, but in reality, they are only disguises for doubt and hesitation. People convince themselves that they don't have enough time, that they need more money, that they need more knowledge, or that they are waiting for the perfect opportunity. But the truth is, excuses are just delays in disguise. They give a false sense of justification for inaction, creating a cycle of procrastination and missed opportunities. Fear of failure is one of the most common excuses people use to justify not taking action. No one wants to fail. No one wants to invest time, effort, or resources into something that may not work. But failure is not the enemy. It is the greatest teacher. Every successful person has experienced failure at some point. The difference is that they did not allow failure to define them. They learned from it, grew from it, and used it as a stepping stone to greater achievements. Failure is only final if a person refuses to get back up. But those who push past failure eventually find success. Fear of rejection is another powerful excuse that holds people back. Many do not pursue their dreams because they worry about what others will think. They fear being criticized, judged, or laughed at. But the truth is, no matter what a person does, there will always be someone who disapproves. If a person waits for universal acceptance before taking action, they will wait forever. Greatness requires the courage to move forward despite opposition. The opinions of others do not determine destiny. Only personal decisions and actions do. Another common excuse is the fear of not being ready. Many people believe that they need more preparation, more training, or more experience before they can step out. While preparation is important, waiting indefinitely is dangerous. No one ever feels fully ready for a big step. Growth happens in action, not in waiting. The best way to learn is by doing, by stepping out in faith and figuring things out along the way. Those who refuse to act until they feel completely ready will never move. Circumstances also become a convenient excuse. People often say they will start when things get better, when they have more money, when the economy improves, or when life becomes easier. But the reality is, there will never be a perfect moment. Every season of life comes with challenges. If a person is waiting for all obstacles to disappear before taking action, they will remain stuck forever. Successful people do not wait for perfect conditions. They create their own opportunities. Fear and excuses work together to keep people in a cycle of inaction. They rob individuals of time, energy, and opportunities. But those who understand that fear is just a test and excuses are just lies refuse to be held back. They choose to act despite uncertainty. They push forward despite doubt. They move forward even when they don't have all the answers. Because in the end, success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who act. Destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. Every person is born with a purpose, a specific assignment that only they can fulfill. But purpose alone is not enough. Having a dream is not enough. Possessing talent is not enough. The key to unlocking destiny is taking action. Without action, dreams remain dreams, potential remains untapped, and purpose remains unfulfilled. Many people have great ideas, powerful visions, and deep desires to make an impact. But they never move beyond the stage of intention. They talk about what they want to do, they plan, they think, but they never take the first step. They convince themselves that one day they will start, but that day never comes. Destiny is not waiting for those who hesitate. It belongs to those who take bold and decisive action. Action is what separates those who succeed from those who only wish for success. The world is full of people with ideas, but ideas alone do not change the world. Execution does. The greatest inventions, the most successful businesses, and the most influential leaders are not those who simply had great ideas, but those who acted on them. They refused to let fear or doubt hold them back. They understood that movement, not just intention, brings results. Taking action requires faith. No one ever has all the answers at the beginning. There will always be unknowns, challenges, and risks. But waiting for everything to be perfect is a mistake. The person who moves forward despite uncertainty is the one who eventually discovers the path. It is in taking steps that clarity comes. The journey unfolds as action is taken, not before. Many people fail to act because they are waiting for motivation. They believe they must feel inspired or energized before they move. But successful people understand that motivation is not what leads to action. Action is what leads to motivation. The moment a person starts, momentum begins to build. Small actions lead to bigger actions, and before long, movement becomes a habit. Those who wait for motivation will remain stagnant. But those who take the first step, even when they don't feel like it, will find themselves progressing. Excuses are the enemies of action. People tell themselves they are too young, too old, too inexperienced, too busy, or too late. But excuses are nothing more than permission to stay where they are. No one ever achieved anything by making excuses. The truth is, those who are determined to take action will always find a way, while those who are hesitant will always find an excuse. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent, intelligence, or background. It is the ability to act despite obstacles. Destiny requires persistence. Taking one step is not enough. True progress comes from consistent action over time. Many people start with enthusiasm but give up when they encounter resistance. But resistance is part of the journey. Challenges will come, setbacks will happen, but those who are committed to their destiny do not quit. They push through difficulties, adapt, learn, and keep moving forward. Every great achievement in history is the result of persistence. Those who refused to give up were the ones who made a lasting impact. Every person has a choice to remain in the comfort of inaction or to step into the unknown and take action. One path leads to regret, the other to purpose. The greatest tragedy is not a life that ends, but a life that was never fully lived. Taking action is the key to fulfilling destiny, making an impact, and leaving a legacy that will be remembered long after one is gone. Every person is born with a purpose, a unique assignment that is meant to impact the world in some way. But purpose is not just about personal success, it is about what is left behind long after one is gone. True success is not measured by what is accumulated, but by the lives that are influenced. The greatest individuals in history are not remembered simply for what they had, but for what they gave, for the mark they left on the world. Leaving a legacy is not an option, it is a responsibility. Life is temporary and time is limited. No one lives forever, but the impact of a person's life can continue for generations. Every decision, every action, and every contribution builds something greater than the individual. Some people live as if they have all the time in the world, delaying their dreams, postponing their purpose, and holding back their potential. But time waits for no one. The only way to ensure that life was meaningful is to invest in something that outlives the individual. Legacy is not about fame or recognition, it is about influence. Some of the most impactful people in history were not necessarily the most famous, but their contributions shaped the world in ways that are still felt today. A legacy is built through service, through dedication, and through making a difference in the lives of others. A person's true impact is not in what they do for themselves, but in what they do for others. Those who understand this truth live intentionally, knowing that their existence is not just for them, but for the generations that follow. Many people make the mistake of believing that legacy is built at the end of life, but legacy is created in the daily choices made every single day. The small acts of kindness, the commitment to excellence, the willingness to help others, and the courage to stand for what is right. All of these contribute to the legacy being formed. No one suddenly builds a legacy overnight. It is the result of consistent action, faithfulness, and dedication over time. One of the greatest threats to leaving a legacy is the fear of stepping out. Too many people die with their dreams still inside them, with books unwritten, ideas unfulfilled, and visions unrealized. The richest place on earth is the graveyard because it holds inventions that were never developed, songs that were never sung, and businesses that were never started. People often wait for the right time, not realizing that every moment wasted is a piece of their legacy lost. Those who leave a mark on the world are those who refuse to let fear silence them. They understand that their gifts are not for them alone, but for the world. A legacy is also built through mentorship and investment in others. It is not enough to achieve greatness. True greatness is ensuring that others are equipped to carry the vision forward. Some of the most powerful legacies are not built through personal success, but through the people who were trained, inspired, and empowered. A person's greatest impact is often seen in the lives they touched, the wisdom they shared, and the people they helped to rise. At the end of life, what will matter most is not the titles held, the possessions owned, or the achievements listed, but the difference made in the world. Every person must ask themselves, what will I leave behind? Will my life be remembered for what I took or for what I gave? The true measure of success is not in personal gain, but in the lasting impact created. Those who understand this truth live with urgency, with passion, and with the determination to leave something meaningful for the world.